You know, there's a theory inside of psychology called cognitive dissonance, and it's absolutely no surprise to me that so many people reference it on my videos or in my posts and things like that, being that I too believe that it is one of the biggest things plaguing this country, but not a lot of people know about it, so I'm going to do a quick video in order to explain it. First, I'm going to start out with the theory of cognitive consistency. Cognitive consistency starts from the idea that humans within our nature want to maintain a consistency between our beliefs, our attitudes, behaviors, and all of these things. And whenever two of our cognitions, what we know or believe, or any of those cognitions are inconsistent with one another, it creates a dissonance or a disharmony between or within ourselves. Let me say that. In a motive to try to maintain that consistency, sometimes that dissonance leads us to irrational thoughts or irrational behaviors. It creates a clash. And whenever there is that discrepancy, that is what the dissonance is. Okay, so I'll give you an example, and I'm going to use this example throughout the video. People smoke. That's a behavior. It's a behavior, right? People also know that smoking is hazardous to your health. That's a cognition. Behavior, cognition, there's a dissonance. The theory states that while we try to maintain the harmony, we are also going to try to avoid the dissonance. And whenever there is an inconsistency between our attitudes, our behaviors, beliefs, or whatever, we have to do something in order to eliminate that dissonance. So according to the theory, there's 3 ways in order to reduce the dissonance. The first one is to remove the one or more of the things that's creating the dissonance. Unfortunately, the behavior is one of the hardest ones, because the behavior, as in smoking, is a well-learned habit. It can also be applied to knowledge, because some of these people have been ingrained with this knowledge since they were very young, so it's very hard to overturn it this way. The other thing is you can acquire new information. This could be very good to reduce the dissonance. You learn new things, but you also have to be open to accepting the fact that you might be wrong, and then accepting that and come to a consistency within yourself that what you know to be factual and what you've always known, those things are inconsistent, and you have to move beyond the dissonance. The third thing is that people try to reduce the importance of the dissonance. So, example, yeah, smoking's bad for me, but YOLO, living in the moment, I'll cross that bridge when I get there. It leads me to this other theory called the bystander effect. The bystander effect in psychology basically means that people won't jump to the aid of somebody else or something else because they're looking and they're seeing somebody else there. You're a bystander, so you don't need to jump in because somebody else is handling the problem. That's the other biggest issue. You can change one or more of the behaviors, which is very hard, like I proved. You can acquire new information, but as we know, misinformation is very popular, and sometimes people use that misinformation to further push what they believe is a consistency. So they might use the situation in smoking. They might say, well, this article says that it doesn't definitively cause lung cancer. So they use that to further push their consistency within their head. But more importantly, the bystander effect, accompanied with the third one, you're going to reduce the significance of the dissonance. It's not that big of a deal. Or as the bystander effect, it's not my problem. Somebody else will fix it. I have news for you. You have a voice. You're not just a bystander in this country. And whenever you do not use your voice, everybody is going to suffer. Whenever you see things that are inconsistent with the facts, it's not just your right, it's your responsibility to speak out. Stop being silent. You're silent, they win. Teach your life. Mwah.